You are warmly welcome back to Study Right Hub channel. Please, if this is your first time of watching our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also click on the notification bell so that anytime you upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. Now, let's jump to what we want to talk about in today's video presentation. We want to talk about the functions of management. Yes, the functions of management. So at the end of this video presentation, we should be able to explain some of the functions of management, especially the four basic functions of management. Yes, so let's start with it. When we talk about the essential elements of management or the functions of management, what do we mean? We are talking about the management in practice. Management in practice. So putting management into practice in its practical sense. What does it involve? There are four major components or functions of management. And the first one is planning, the second is organizing, the third is directing, or in other words, leading, and then the last is controlling. So these are the four major components or the four major managerial functions. So we will talk about them one after the other. So let's start with it. Planning. When we talk about planning, what is planning? In fact, planning is the fundamental of all the managerial functions. It's a primary function of management because it actually involves the determination of a course of action in order to achieve a stated objective or results. Yes, so for all the managerial functions, planning is the starting point, and all other managerial functions are also related to it and they are also dependent on planning. So, when we talk about planning, what is it? It is the determination of an organizational goals and defining the means of achieving them. So, planning has two key elements. You identify the organizational goals or the goals that you want to achieve, you identify it, and then you put in actions, the means to achieve those goals. That is planning. So, planning acts as a tool for solving the problems, whether in a person's life or in a business unit. So planning is very, very, very essential in one's life and it's cut across all areas as well. So when we talk about planning, as we have talked about earlier, it simply has to do with preparing for tomorrow and today. Yes, preparing for today, for tomorrow, and also today. So planning help to forecasts or predicts future goals or objectives and then the means to achieve it. So, in other words, we can say that a plan is a blueprint for a goal to be achieved, given the needed resources and then the schedules and other things. So, when the resources are there, how do you use it to achieve your stated goal? That is all about planning. So, for instance, we can use students as an example. You see, whenever students resume school, they set a target for themselves. Oh, at the end of the semester, I want to achieve this particular result. I want to achieve all A's. That is a goal the student has set. But how is that possible? He needs to study. So time here is a resource. Time here is a resource. How he can schedule his time for all the courses that he is studying so that at the end of the semester he will be able to achieve the goal. So he has set the goal, and then he has to define the means of achieving it. So he will say that, okay, within every week, I will study 20 hours on my own. And then he is reading to 5 courses. He will use 20 hours to study for the whole week. So he has to apportion the 20 hours according to the number of courses that he's reading. And then at the end of the period, he assesses himself to see whether the plan that he sets is being achieved or it has been carried out successfully. So that is all about planning. The key points we want to talk about is that planning has to do with predicting or forecasting your future goals and then putting in actions to achieve those goals.